Hi, this is Andrew Moore-Crispin for How Do I on Butterscotch.com and our series on Gingerbread Android 2.3 running on the Nexus S. In this episode, we're taking a look at voice control and car mode in Gingerbread, which have been slightly improved for this version of Android. So you can see here we actually have a voice search icon on our home screen already. There's another way to access voice search, and that is to add the search widget. So if we choose the Google search widget here, select what we want to actually search. We're going to select all. And now we can also tap on the microphone here to initiate voice search. We can also initiate voice search by going into Car Home. Now, Car Home is basically the dashboard for when you're actually driving. It's a very useful application, and it's bundled stock on Android phones. So we're going to take a look at voice search. There's a couple different things we can do in voice search. This allows us to be largely hands-free when we're actually driving, so we can send text messages, even send emails. We can queue up playlists. We can get directions and that kind of stuff. So let's do a voice search. We'll show you navigate as well, and we're going to navigate to the Air Canada Centre. Navigate to Air Canada Centre. There we go. So now it'll actually plot our route and give us turn-by-turn navigation within Google Navigation, another app that's actually bundled on the Nexus S and on other versions of Android as well. Now, it might have a hard time finding a very accurate fix because we're actually in the studio right now as opposed to in the great outdoors. However, you can see that the route is loading up. Over the data connection, we'll actually get turn-by-turn directions complete with 3D view and spoken turn-by-turn. So now you'll see we get a 3D view on our route. The data connection is a little slow right now, so it's having a bit of a hard time actually pulling in all the map data. We're just going to exit the app here. Now with navigation, many apps, when you actually close them out, they will actually exit. With navigation, it'll keep running in the background, and you actually have to specifically say exit the app. Now within voice search, there's a couple other things we can do. Call Andy Walker mobile. We can also send a text message by saying, for example, text Andy Walker. Hey Andy, how are you? Smiley face. So apparently didn't take the hey Andy, but you can see it does a reasonably good job of actually figuring out what you're saying. So we can either hit send or we can hit cancel. Now many of the applications like Navigate that we showed you before, it'll automatically basically do the action unless you intervene. So we can, like I said, queue up playlists, call people, navigate to locations, and all that kind of stuff. Now we can also add tiles to our Google Home by tapping Add Shortcut. Now it'll bring up a couple of different options that we can add here. So we can actually add a contact that we want to be able to direct dial. We could say we want to be able to call air flight services, and then we'll have one-touch access to call that contact. So that's a quick look at voice control and car mode in Gingerbread running on Android 2.3 on the Nexus S. For How Do I on Butterscotch.com, I'm Andrew Moore-Crispin. For more episodes in this series, be sure to hit Butterscotch.com. Thanks for watching.